Biology Part 163. The egg cells moves passively into the oviduct by a combination of currents created by the synchronized beating of cilia and muscular contractions of the oviduct wall. It comes to rest about a third of the way along oviduct, which is usual site of fertilization. The cells of the mature follicle left behind in the ovary retain an important role in the reproductive process. They enlarge and increase their secretory activity, producing the pregnancy hormones, progesterone. The whole group of the remaining follicle cells become a gland-like structure. The corpus interim, or literally yellow body, named after the yellow fatty tissue, which is deposited to seal the wound after the ovulation. If fertilization occurs, the corpus luteum retains its activity throughout pregnancy. If not, it degenerates within 10 days. Hormonal control of menstrual cycle. As in the male, the activity of reproductive organs and the production of sex hormones is under the control of anterior pituitary gland. Some of the same gonadotrophic hormones occur as in males, but in different amounts and with different effects. In female, the follicle stimulating hormones FSH and the internalizing hormone IH promote the secretion of sex hormones and the development of the release of the eggs by the ovary. The pituitary itself is under the regulating influence of the hypothalamus, which triggers the release of the gonadotrophic hormones by means of a variety of substances known as gonadotrophic hormones releasing factors. The changes which occur during the menstrual cycle are brought about by a cyclic change in the concentration of the gonadotrophic hormones. The system is self-regulating and incorporates extensive feedback control. For example, the hypothalamus responds to the level of female hormones, estrogen and the progesterone in the bloodstream, producing more or less of the corresponding releasing factors as the situation demands. In most women, the length of menstrual cycle varies from about 24 to 34 days, with an average close to 28 days. The average cycle summarized in our figure can be divided into two approximately equal parts, namely the follicular phase, and that is the period before the ovulation, and the luteal phase, that's the period after the ovulation. It is easier to understand the sequence of activities of distinction is made between the events which occur in the ovary and those which occur in the uterus. Well, that's how we find it. I beg your pardon, please. Events in the ovary. Number 1, follicular phase. During the first 14 days of the cycle, FSH and LH interact to promote the maturation of an ovum and the secretion of the estrogen by the ovary. And as we move ahead, we find the throughout the follicular phase, the estrogen in the blood supply rises. Estrogen has a positive feedback effect on the hypothalamus, that is, it causes increased secretion of the releasing factors. and hence a surge in RH and FSH production by anterior pituitary.